have here is the MIDI editor, or sometimes called the piano roll editor. There's a couple other different ways to look at that, which is up here. So the piano roll shows us, and we'll talk more about this later. This is just kind of an overview of what this is. We'll talk in detail about how this works. But this lets us move individual notes around. Whereas up here, we are moving everything we played in one big chunk. Here we can move our individual notes. So let's record it and then we'll see what it sounds like. Well, this is actually a good example. So we've got hi-hat loop and kick snare. So what if I want the same effect on both of these, right? There's actually a couple different ways you can do this. You can use these return tracks, which we'll talk about later. But for now, what you could do is queue up the same effect here on the other track, but then you'd have to dial it in the same. You'd have to set all the settings the same and go back and forth. So check this out. Option, click, drag will put the same effect onto the other channel with the same settings. Settings and everything come across with it. So if I just said I want the same channel EQ, boom. Hey everyone, welcome to Logic Pro X, or as I will call it frequently and somewhat marginally incorrectly, just Logic. This is an overview class. So what we're going to do in this class is we're going to learn how to use Logic to produce music quickly. We're going to dive in, we're going to make some stuff, and while we're making stuff, we're going to learn how the program works, how to get around the program, how to mix in the program, how to use some of the effects in the program, and how to use some of the built-in content in the program. We're going to do all of that in this class. This isn't going to be a class where you're going to like super duper master every nook and cranny of Logic. It's more designed for if you're relatively new to Logic and want to check it out, or if you're into GarageBand or something like that and you want to see what Logic is all about. It's actually really similar to GarageBand. You'd be surprised. Or if you're into one of the other DAW programs, one of the other audio editors, and you just want to check out Logic, this would be a great program for that, or a great class for that, I should say. So I had a lot of fun making this class. There's a lot of great content in it, I think, and we make a fun little track in the class, and I'm going to give you that track at the end, like the kind of almost very last video in this. I give you the download link for that track that we made, and you can take it and play around with it. Even my stellar violin recording is in there, so you can chop that up and play around with it if you want. So I hope you decide to join us. It's a fun class. It's a great way to learn Logic and get started just producing music really fast. I would say within an hour of starting this class, you'll be making some of your own music. So please jump in and check it out, and we'll see you on the inside.